Okay guys, we have a 2013 Jeep Patriot, and there's a clicking noise coming from underneath the dash. Whenever they start the car and they're driving, it'll start clicking. And I made another video on this car for the same type symptom, and it ended up being the recirc door, which is behind the glove box. Now this time it is the blend door actuator, and I'll show you how I was able to figure out which one it was. So whenever I take the temp knob here, and if I go all the way to the cold position, that actuator has turned that door all the way to the extreme, and it's clicking. If I turn just a little bit off of cold, the clicking stops. And then you've got your mode control door that you can take it anywhere you want. There's no clicking. All the different vents blow, face, floor, defrost, they all work. It's only whenever you go to the cold on the blend door, and then you'll eventually hear that clicking whenever it gets all the way to the cold. Then when you come right off of it, it stops. And let me show you where that's at. It doesn't look like it's going to be too bad to change. The only problem is I don't know how much of it I'm going to be able to actually film. Hopefully you can see the blend door. I'm going to go ahead and actuate it. And then I'm going to come off of it. And just that little bit prevents it from clicking. I'll go ahead and go to the full heat mode so you can see it moving. We'll go back to full cold. And then I just came off so it won't click. So you don't really need to take this lower shroud off. It is doable from just getting up underneath there and getting to it. Now, if this is easy to remove, looks like a couple screws and this is down, I might go ahead and take this down so that I can film this better. But I don't think you necessarily need to take this down to be able to remove that. Let me get a screwdriver, and we're going to take these screws out, and I'm going to see what all it takes to get this lower shroud down. Okay guys, literally 60 seconds later, I've got this lower shroud right here. It's got 2 screws in the bottom, and then it just pulls off by these clips. And then you've got 4 screws on this lower piece right here, and then it just comes down. And that does open it up a little bit better. It might definitely be worth just taking that out. That way you don't have to be all crunched up underneath the dash. So at this point, I'm going to reach up here. Take the first screw out. And you can do this with a little stubby screwdriver. And that's just getting the connector off. And here's the bad actuator right here. I don't know. That's pointing straight down. Yeah, so it's got a master spline here. We'll have to make sure that the other one is in that position. This can go on either way, it looks like. Anyway, those splines, because it does not have the same master spline. It's got it's got even splines all the way around. So that's the way that was on, so that's the way we're going to want to put it. But you can see these lines right there where this one is sitting. I'll plug that other one in first so that it will take this same position, and then that's whenever I'll put the arm on. Let me go get the new one. All right, guys, here's the new one. This part number. I'll put a link. All three of the actuators on this car, you got three actuators. You've got the blend air, which is what this one is. You've got the mode control, which is the one that controls where your air blows out from, face, floor, or defrost. And then you got the recirc. They're all the same part number, and they all fail the same way. And it looks like this one is real close. You can see where this one's sitting, where those lines are. This line's a little bit different, but I think it's close enough where we'll be able to. Yeah, I think that's where that's going to want to be, right there. And then at this point, it's just a matter of getting it. I'm probably going to have two hands for this, because I'm going to have to get this this little piece here up in there. I just pushed that on farther. And I'll probably get the connector hooked up first, and then get this put up there and get the screws started. I don't know if I can put the camera. I really kind of need to hold the camera right where it's at for you guys to be able to see. Push that steering wheel up as far as it'll go. I'm going to go ahead and put this connector on. Let's see, this is going to go in. Now I can't really see the what I need, because I'm trying to hold the camera and get this where it needs to go, and it's making it difficult for me. Plus I need another light. All right, guys, I think I got it. I'm going to hold it right here, and I'm going to actuate it just to make sure that it does move, that arm. Yeah. Okay. There's a boss up at the top of that screw, the top screw, that actuator needs to fall in. So make sure you got that. Okay, there you have it. Make sure you're getting a good view of this. That's full cold. We'll go to full heat. Nice and quiet, no clicking. Full cold. It's that easy. So I know you didn't see any of this coming apart, so I'm going to go ahead and put it back together on the camera that way, just in case you have any questions. Snug this one up just a little bit. hopefully those other screws will line up. And there you go. Completely back together and the finished product. Anyway, let's go snap this apart and I'll show you what always breaks in them. And like I said, I did another video, I'll link to it. And I take it apart also, and I'll bet anything this one is going to be the same deal. Missing that one right there. Yeah. Yep. So if you look at this little boss right here, this stud, this little stud is supposed to be affixed right here, kind of like this one here. So that stud, well, this one is supposed to be right here, and it breaks. So it's still, even with it broke, this is still held in place enough to where it can freely move the gears. But whenever it gets to the stop where the door doesn't move anymore, it flops around in there, and then the gears just start stripping. Now the nice thing about this is I actually salvaged the motor out of that last one. You do have a nice little DC motor here. You may never need this, so you can pull that straight off. But this was like, what was it? By itself, the motor, correct, I may still have the, yeah, here's that other motor right here, out of the last one. I actually looked the part number up. I wonder if this is the same part number. Yep, same part number. The motor's like 20 bucks by itself. 20, or that might have even been 30. I can't remember. But nice little DC motor if you need, if you're into doing little projects and stuff that you need motors, keep the motor out of it. Throw the rest of the stuff away, and you'll have your motor. The one thing I always like to do whenever I mess with any of the door actuators on any car is I like to do a calibration of the doors. So not all cars have that ability, but a lot of them do. So we're just going to go in here. Usually that's going to be under special functions of the HVAC module. And what do we got here? I'm using the XTOOL. This is the D8bt, but the D8W, which is what replaces this tool, has the same features. Okay, I don't see it there. What's the system check? There we go. Actuator calibration test. Key is on. I'm going to hit OK. And the doors are moving. And this calibrates all three doors. So it moves all three to the full extremes. Open and closed, hot and cold, whatever, and then it calibrates those doors so the computer knows exactly where full open and full closed are at. And I think next month XTOOL's having a major sale on Amazon. So if you're looking for a scan tool, if you've been thinking about getting one, check out next month's XTOOL sale. Actuator 0, 3, and 4, which is kind of odd that there's not like a 1 and 2 there, but whatever. It does show all three. It shows the mode. It says front mode 1. That's the mode control, your recirc, and then it's saying left temp. It's the only temp on this car. If you have a dual zone, you'll have 2 temps, left and right. But anyway, they're all true, so we're good to go. Anyway, 2013 Jeep Patriot blend air door actuator replacement. You guys take care.